I need to ask you about the Octobox.
Yeah.
Can you just tell me about the Octobox?
How did you get it?
So,
did you come up with it?
Mm-hmm. And here
I
is
need 8. You just
the reason was this. I knew from before show 1, I said, if we execute this concept, 7 hours, commercial-free football, we can go anywhere in the NFL universe anytime we feel like it. I said, if we execute this well, this is going to be the most popular football show on television. I knew that in my head, and that's not revisionist history, I'm telling you. In fact, I called it out. I don't know if you have the clip on YouTube or not. I don't know if you're allowed to
revisionist
show it.
history. I like that.
Oh, yeah. No, this was not revisionist history. I was saying it in the moment. So
Use it.
I came on the first on-camera time I ever came on, the first episode, September 2009. I said, welcome to NFL Redzone, the channel that we hope will change the way you watch football forever.
And you did.
I was, that may have seemed like bombast. It may have seemed like I was Babe Ruth pointing out to center field before the windup, but I felt that way. And there's not a day that goes by when someone doesn't tell me. So with that in mind, I said, I need to come up with something that gives the fans, not just like we're a remote control. Some people describe it as, it's as if you're watching TV with God and he's holding the remote control. Yeah. It's blasphemous, but you understand the point.
It's true.
We always know where to go to and when to go.
I thought that was a fact.
And yeah, it was. Lord, thank you for the red zone. So when we were starting it, I'm like, we got to have like some type of if it's a big game, I like making things feel big. And I want you to feel like Red Zone when it's Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern or 10 a.m. Pacific, and you're sitting down, you got your snacks, your beverages, your fantasy lineup is set, and you want to rock and roll with Uncle Scott for 7 straight hours. I want you to feel how big it is. That we have 8 games of the most highly skilled, trained athletes on the planet are going at it simultaneously, and it's all going to lead to wins and losses at 3 hours from now.
Big.
Like, it's big. So when you go to a big game, when you played on Monday Night Football, the first thing before the kickoff ever happened, if you watch it on TV, what do? They do that. They have their open, and we have that, but they show the first visual live from the stadium is the blimp shot, right? Every big game is a blimp shot.
Good year.
It's you go over the top, M&T Bank Stadium, site of today's Baltimore Ravens, New England Patriots Monday night, to show it big. You can't see anything individually there necessarily, but it just gives that feel, and the announcer gets that growl in his voice and stuff. So I said, we need to come up with NFL Red Zone's version of the blimp shot, an overarching big picture view. And I said, guys, why don't we just take, if we've got 8 games, why don't we just take 8 games, divided into 8 boxes, and put them on there just to show people for 10 seconds. Show people we're watching everything, and you're going to see every individual thing in here, but we've got it covered like a blimp shot. Psychologically, it gives you that feel, right?
Yeah.
So I said, do it this, and I came up with. It's not that I came up with the term box, double box, triple box. Those were television industry terms for years, but no one really used it.
The Octobox
on TV, and I'm like, well, why not? People can understand if we call it a double box. Back in the 90s, we used to call 2 screens in television. We would call it a double box, but the anchor would never say that. I said, screw that. I'm gonna call it what it is. Let's go double box right now. Let's go quad box, ladies and gentlemen. The Octobox. 8 games kicking off across the National Football League. 3 division games in Atlanta, in New England, and in Miami. And then, of course, the next catchphrase, the 7 hours of commercial-free football start now. Yeah. And I did that to make it my Chris Berman, back, gone. He could go all the way. I was like, I got to come up with my own catchphrase so that, quite frankly, I want to be indispensable on the show to think that I don't want anyone, in certain corner offices to think, let's get rid of Hanson and then we'll just, go. So I put my own twist on it, but Octobox was a creation based on my psychological view of a blimp shot for an individual game.
Uncle Scott.
I love that.